Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the next edition of Coach Powell Inside the Business Mind. Today's guest is absolutely phenomenal. You all are going to be so impressed, and I'm so excited myself to bring the next guest to the table. I met this wonderful young lady as a result of my exploits in helping small women and minority-owned businesses grow through the SOS conference a couple of months ago. And those of you who know me, follow me, I talk about the conference all the time. It is the most wonderful experience I think any entrepreneur can do for themselves and participate in and engage with. And I really love the opportunity to share government contracting and all things business with this group of powerful, powerful women. It was an exciting time we had together. The next one is coming up in October. I'll probably post something in the chat for you guys later on for you to see when you get a chance to check out the next Sowing Our Seeds conference, and you'll love this thing. You're gonna love this thing. As you know, the show is sponsored by the Roundtable. The Roundtable is my organization, and it's one of the organizations I co-founded with the principle and the opportunity to simply do this, to make sure that every entrepreneur, every business leader that we know understands how to build amazingly powerful networks that are well structured, networks that run well, and networks that always keep giving and promoting and sharing with one another. It's all about the collective. It's all about the we. Nothing about is me when it comes down to building the powerful network that you have to build to help take yourself and your business to the stratosphere. Everything is sponsored by my best clients. I gotta mention one of my favorite organizations, which is Phi Beta Sigma. My brothers have uh, kindly invited me to become their bigger and better business director, and I've accepted the position and the call. And they've also sponsors all of my programs, everything I do, everywhere I walk. I'm a Sigma man all day, every day, and it's one of the beautiful things I get a chance to promote while I'm doing the thing that I already love to do. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a real rock star. I got to tell you, I meet entrepreneurs and business leaders all the time, but there are very few that have the heart and the soul and the spirit of Miss Tomika Willis. She is just amazingly gifted, amazingly talented, and I'm peacock proud for the opportunity to bring her to the table today and introduce you guys to her. Like always, I roll with the best. And so I got to tell you, she is just an amazing individual, and I can't wait to bring her. Let me just do this. Let me just get this over with, so you guys can meet this rock star yourselves. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing Miss Tomika Willis.
Hi, Coach Powell. How are you?
How's it going, champ?
It's going good. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to tell my story of how we met and what I'm doing and what I'm trying to accomplish um, for other women in the trucking industry. So, my name is Tomika Willis. I'm the owner of TDS Trucking Training and Technology. We're I also have a nonprofit organization, the Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation. We specialize in offering economic opportunity to individuals in undeserved communities, justice involved individuals, youth 16 through 24. And one of our latest endeavors is helping young adults that's exiting out of the foster system. With this, we have created an apprenticeship program, heavy truck driver, coach transit operator, as well as dock worker. Um, my first uh, opportunity to meet Coach Powell was at a powerful conference, the SOS conference, with Ms. Lori and the rest of the wonderful people that poured into me. And so Coach Powell made a very positive impact on me and what I was trying to do after I shared my story. And so I'm so thankful for Coach Powell allowing me the opportunity to be able to um, put what I do out and just to encourage other business owners, and just kind of share, what I've been through, what brought me to this area, um, and where I'm trying to go. So with that, talking about me as a personal, what drove me to become a business owner. Um, what drove me to become a business owner? I've been in the corporate America, worked at a chemical plant, long hours. Um, and one day I was just figuring, how can I break years of generational, you know, bad decisions, poverty? How can I create a legacy for my family and start a new trend, right? And so trucking, doing the research with that, got into it. I seen what's the potential that I can make with that and the freedom that I can have. And so got into the trucking industry as a woman, faced many barriers as far as just being an entrepreneur and being a woman of color, facing a lot of different barriers there. So it was a lot of adversities that I faced. And then within building that business, tragedy struck because then I lost my dad October of 21. And then my daughter, my baby girl, was a victim of gun violence May 28th of 22. 7 months later, I lost my mom December 30th of 22. And so with all these things, we ask the question of why things are happening. But I knew then that God had a greater purpose for me. And so being able to tell people my story, to be able to um, still try to build and shoot towards the goal and my mission of creating a legacy for my family moving forward, sometimes we have to suck it up. And, we have opportunity to cry and everything. But what I found connecting with other entrepreneurs and really working with Coach Powell, to have a voice. When you have that voice, when you're able to tell your story, you never know who you're inspiring. And so I committed with the SOS conference, meeting all those people and really the love that they poured into me. I set myself up for a challenge and I told them, I said, the next time that I come to this conference, that I would bring some mentees with me, and I'm gonna do just what Ms. Lori did to me after not even knowing me for long, um, because I will be a multimillionaire, right? And so I've set that goal, and I've been working towards that goal. And one of the things that I want to kind of highlight, I'm now at ATA conference. I'm a part of the Women in Motion um, organization, and I'm here in San Antonio. It's beautiful out here. They had all kind of breakout sessions, just like the SOS. So I was able to meet some CEOs and taking Coach Powell, his strategic planning on how to leverage, what not what they can do for me, but what I can do for them. So everything that I have followed, what Coach Powell has given me, has worked because I was able to meet CEOs of major companies, the CEO of ATA, and really apply everything that I learned throughout this session. So I'm very grateful for Coach Powell. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about is actually leveraging and getting more people involved of what we've been trying to do as far as economic development, creating a solution for crime and poverty through this operation, as far as offering this apprenticeship program, the pre-apprenticeship program, and also partnering with Dr. Apu Kutan with the soft skill curriculums. He's dedicated over $540 million to the advancement of minorities and undeserved communities. And so that was a great connection that I can leverage to be able to drive more people of color, more youth, more veterans, um, more foster kids into this program, and really get the people to understand my mission and help aid in that. So with that, we would be able to at least offer some type of solution to the crime and poverty that's happening right now. So
Oh my God, that is so amazing. I already knew this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So she's not telling y'all nothing that we didn't already talk about. We don't already know. But I'm glad, so glad to be able to get, Tamika out in front of you all. Listen, for those of you who are watching, and most of you all gonna be watching this from the recording. And so definitely, if you feel comfortable reaching out, reach out to us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. All the stuff is gonna be there for you in the chat. So you don't have any questions, any problems, any questions you want to ask me, Tamika, or anybody else, go ahead and put that question in the chat. We will get back to you. We will follow up with you because we're committed to this work. We're committed to helping as many business leaders as we possibly can to move forward, as many young and youthful activities moving forward. This is just a beautiful thing, and it's a wonderful partnership. I'm so glad that I can share this opportunity with you and be here with you, Tomika. First question I got to ask you, you already know what it is. In my organization, The Roundtable, we are all about three key principles:
Mhm.
communication, encouragement, and collaboration. Now, we know all of these three things are important to
Mhm.
all kinds of business relationships. But what I want to know from you, Tamika, is which one really, really resonates with you, and how do you see yourself moving forward with it?
So the collaboration part has really been um, one of my main focus as far as being able to leverage, because the more people that you bring on board, the better opportunity and the more people we could reach. So that has really been able to resonate, because letting people know what I'm doing, how I'm trying to do it, and then just passing the word on has been one of um, the most positive and the most you know just the thing that has really worked to move this forward.
Now, I know you get a chance to touch lives, you get a chance to participate in so many different things and activities, but when you just kicking it, just really enjoying yourself, what do you love most about what you get to do all the time?
Hearing the stories, hearing Miss Tamika, this is what I needed. Them being able to resonate with my story, because starting off as that statistic and coming from where they come from, they can see it and they can feel it. And so when I'm relaxing and just chilling with them and asking them different questions, I tell them how much of an impact, tell me, what can I do better? How can I make your experience here with me better? And they say, Miss Tamika, you doing it. You just like me. You've been through some of the same challenges. So that's what really makes me move, because listening to them and thanking me for the opportunity to be able to do what they love to do, and just seeing it. So it makes me happy to know that they really appreciate what I do for them, to bring the opportunity to them. So
You know, you could have chosen any profession. You know, you could have chosen to be in the restaurant industry, you could have chosen to be in electronics industry, you could have chosen anything. Why this? And why is this so important that, you know, this skill in this industry be transferred to our young people and people who are been struggling?
So yeah, I did do a lot of other stuff, but trucking was one of the things that I saw that really made an impact on me, because it gave me the flexibility to be able to move around, to be my own boss, to really, I guess, dive into it. And when it came down to the training part of it, oh my God, I loved it, because listening to how women and men was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my CDL. I love to drive. I want to be able to drive all over, and just be able to offer something different to their families. I just love it. I just love the idea that trucking, and it's more women are getting into it. So I always love the challenge. I always did uh, kind of say like men jobs, because I worked at a chemical plant as a rubber plant operator trainee when I was first into it. I worked in a warehouse. So I've always loved the challenge, and I felt like trucking was a challenge, but it's one of them things that kind of made me feel more, um, I guess, apply more of a presence, right? Because not too many women were in trucking. A lot of people feel like it's a men industry, but just that challenge and just being able to do something different instead of just sitting behind a desk and answering phones. I really get to engage and be a part of something bigger than me.
That's super awesome. So let's cast you forward 5 years from now. You and I are sitting here having this conversation.
Mhm.
What is Tamika going to be doing in the next 5 years that she can't do right now? but in the next 5 years, she's gonna be here doing these things. Tell me,
Mhm.
tell me, give me the vision. Where are we going in the next 5 years?
So the next 5 years, I plan to be in all the lower states. I plan to franchise the CDL program with the apprenticeship, and I just want to be able to, see my team really work on the forefront, and me kind of take a step back because, as you know, when you're the first starting off, you're the CEO, you're the accountant, you're the secretary, you do all these things, and you can kind of spread yourself thin. So in 5 years, I see myself in multiple states, multiple areas, and really creating opportunity for individuals in these undeserved communities, and really creating um, professionals and giving people the opportunity to really create a legacy for their families. And so, besides trucking, I want to get into, um, you know, um, steel manufacturing, different things like that. A lot of just challenge myself to do different things when it comes down to industry certifications and different things. So I see myself in 5 years being not just in Louisiana, but on a global market as well. So
That's incredible, incredible, incredible. I can't wait. I'm hoping you invite me along to participate in the play because I like to play now. You know, I may
okay,
not I may not like to be around a whole bunch of people all the time, but I
right.
do like to play.
Of course, and look, you coming along because one thing that I don't want to say I'm tooting your horn, but Coach, you have really given me a platform and a voice, and I really appreciate that. And so I want more women to really understand what you've done for me. Not only have you given me this platform, but you've given me an opportunity to be able to leverage every opportunity that we can do, and not just to take but actually give back. So I want to thank you for that. And in those 5 years, yeah, I want to take you and your wife, and I want to say, Coach, pack up your bags, tell your wife, let's go, we going to Jamaica, we going to my place. I want to go is to Israel and Egypt. So hey, I want y'all to come along with me.
You know, I gotta you know who I'm gonna bring with me? My sister Tamika.
Okay. Really, let's go.
It's a, you're one of the few people I know that has you guys spell your name the same exact way. I'm like, because you see Tamika with all kinds of different
Yeah.
spellings, right? You know, it's like
Yep.
you're the only people that, in fact, I have to change all my passcodes and all my stuff now because I know that there's more than one Tamika out there.
Well, look, there's a lot of us, but I'm telling you, I'm the only original one because my husband, I done gave him such gray hair, and I used to be cold black. Now it's gray because he said you don't stop, you don't stop. And so even with my children, and that's one thing that I want to touch on too, Coach Powell. Through the different adversities that I faced, I was able to create a platform for my children too. I have 5 children. My 2 oldest sons own their own construction company. My daughter, that was a victim of gun violence, is a cosmetologist, licensed cosmetologist. My other daughter does products for the natural hair. And then my baby boy, my son, is getting into the vending machine. So with this platform, just creating opportunities. So now my legacy is my grandchildren have 5 different industries that they can actually tap into. And so I want to bring that to more people out and say that I started off as a statistic. I depended on the government, needed that. I was able to build myself up, change my mindset, purchase property, start businesses. And so it doesn't matter where you come from, it's the mindset. And I didn't have to leave Louisiana, how everybody says, oh, you got to leave your home state to do it. No, it takes a mind shift, and it takes you to have the determination. And this is not for the faint of heart. I can tell you that much now. Because, brother, let me tell you, I cried so many nights and was like, okay, girl, go back to work because this ain't working, right? But through perseverance and the grace of God and prayer, that has been my number one thing that I've done. And even in the midst of tragedy, dealing with those things, prayer has really left me grounded, and been able for me to keep it going. So without God, without your faith, without these things, it's not possible. So I just want to say that I give God all the glory. And even though I haven't met that million yet, He say He's gonna, if you stay faithful, you do what you need to do, that He's gonna protect me, and He has not let me down. And so I'm so grateful for that.
Amen. Let the church say amen.
Okay, amen.
I gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm
Yes.
so looking forward to getting down to Louisiana and playing with you and making sure let's make this multi-generational wealth and this family grow like God wants it to be that way. So let's just claim it and make that happen. So we keep working in that direction. That's where it's gonna go. That's
That's it.
that's really what it's all about. So I want to put you. I'm gonna have to go backstage for a second as I close out the show, Tamika. So don't go nowhere. I'm,
All
I'm
right.
gonna put you backstage, but don't you go nowhere. Now, didn't I tell you? I told you this is a rock star. That's all we have on Inside the Business Model, Coach Powell Training and Development. I hope that you will come by and check us out again, but don't be shy. If you have a business, if you have a program, if you have an event, if you have anything that you want to do, this is a business friendly environment. We want you to show up all the way in all your glory, just like Tamika. This is a person, if you, and I promise you, you should pay attention to her. If you haven't found her on LinkedIn yet, or if you haven't connected with her or found a way to find, you want some of this smoke. You want to get involved and make sure that you can do. She's got a nonprofit organization that you can support. She's got a for-profit organization that you can support. So don't be shy. Step up. I hope you do the right thing, and let's see the community grow. Let's see this business grow and every business around us. The small businesses are the engine of our economic development in the United States of America. And let's not let ourselves down by letting them down. Because when we support them in everything that we share, everything we say and do, it's a brighter future for all of our children because they're going to create jobs and they're going to invest back in those communities. That means the tax revenues are going to go up. You have to know that counties and states all over this nation are trying to figure out what to do about the wealth gap. How do we solve it? How do we resolve it? And the answer, it's becoming clear everywhere, is to increase entrepreneurship, is to get involved, help people find the connections, help people find the systems and tools, the management, and all the finances they need to make their businesses successful. And it's going to take not just the governments and the states and the municipalities pouring back in. It's going to take everybody who cares to pour back into these entrepreneurs and stop letting the Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 run amok with our entire nation. We got to change things. We got to change the game. And I'm on the side of the game change. So I just want you to know this is Coach Powell signing off. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. If you want to get in touch with me, my information is running across the scroll. If you want to get in contact with Tomika, put that in the chat and we'll see what we can do to make sure that she follows up with you, either whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now Instagram. God bless you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we are getting out of here. Bye now.